Hello there, Brick Fanatics. It is December. Shall we have a rundown of every LEGO set launching in December? Here is the list. Right, that concludes the list of every LEGO set that is releasing in December. But now let's talk about January. January is a very exciting time for the LEGO Group because they are going to be releasing a whole host of new LEGO sets on January the 1st. Honestly, this list is absolutely massive. I do not even have the full list of all of the LEGO sets at the time of making this video, but I can tell you there's a lot of new stuff coming for basically every theme. What I can talk to you about and what we will be focusing on in this video are a bunch of LEGO sets that are releasing on the 1st of January that were shown off at Fan Media Days this year. Yesterday we covered a trio of Star Wars sets that were shown off. Today we're going to be talking about a few different sets from a bunch of different themes. We've got 3 cool funky new Ninjago sets to show off, a bunch of different city vehicles, some of which have got some really neat little mechanisms to them, a collectible minifigure series that's all animals, and then finally this absolutely gorgeous Technic set based on the NASA Artemis space launch system, which actually works and opens up and you can actually send the rockets all the way up into the stratosphere of your LEGO display. With all of these sets we have accompanying videos from the LEGO designers showing off these sets to everybody at Fan Media Days, and then I got hands-on with a bunch of these as well. When you're watching these videos from the designers presenting to the room full of fan media, I do just want to remind you, the noise in the room as they get a first glimpse of these sets does not actually reflect how excited people are for those sets. It was a case that some people in the room were just a little bit more excited for some themes than for others, but I think one of the large factors here was some of the designers were working the crowd a little bit and getting us really excited and charged up, and some of the designers were a little bit more restrained and would just kind of wheel their things in and remove the tablecloth and say, right, any questions? And I think that you feel that vibe in these videos, and that's not reflective at all of what happened then when we got hands-on with these sets, because they had a little showroom set up where we could go in and actually play with them ourselves and take photos and videos, and in that space a completely different bunch of sets had everybody's attention. People were like, oh, I love this one, and one of them in particular that nobody was willing to let go of, that everybody was really excited to play with non-stop, was the Artemis rocket, because it is such a cool function. Speaking of which, as I've mentioned in a previous video, the Ninjago team in particular went really hard for Fan Media Days, not just showing off a bunch of different sets, but also showering us in gifts, which I think definitely impacted the way that the room responded to them. So, for example, I have here a hoodie that they gave me. Look at this, it says Ninjago 15 on there for the 15th anniversary of Ninjago, and on the back we've got Lloyd looking pretty darn cool, being all ninja-y. Because I was more focused on taking photos of the LEGO sets than I was on getting the hoodies, when they said, right, everybody can go get a hoodie now, I was the last one to go and pick up a hoodie, so this thing is absolutely massive. This is my big double XL hoodie, which is, yeah, a little bit on the big side for me, but it's been very nice and slouchy to just wear around the house recently. I have been quite enjoying it. They also gave us some LEGO to take home. So I've got, for example, this is the little blacksmiths from the set that there's a review up on the Brick Fanatics website. I'm going to have a review for the set in video form, maybe next week, maybe the week after, depending. But this is a little tiny build to go next to that when I've got that on the shelf. And then there's this, and, well, there's this. Here we go. This, I assume, must be a new product that I have not yet seen, because I don't remember them showing off Tentacle Monster at Fan Media Day. Certainly it's not among the things that I have footage of, but I guess this is a mini build based on one of the other sets that's coming out in January, maybe? Either way, the point is, as said, the Ninjago team really worked us up and hyped us all up, so I think you feel that in the video. Everybody very excited because they were putting on this big show and getting us really jazzed for all of the things that they were showing off. So I've got 3 sets to show off here for you. We've got Lloyd's Titan Mech, we've got Dragon Ryu Battle, and Dragon of Life, and these are absolutely brilliant big builds. I really like that big chunky mech. I really like this dragon. This is really nice. I mean, both of these dragons are great. I do think that of all of these, I preferred the blacksmith's build when I saw it in this presentation, and having built it now, as said, my full review will be coming a little bit further down the line. I really enjoyed building that set. That is one of the coolest, best things that I have built this year, so it'll be interesting to see whether or not these other Ninjago sets are able to live up to that high standard, because genuinely very impressed with that thing. Here then are the Ninjago designers showing off these 3 sets to fan media.
Here we go.
Oh my god.
Hello guys.
Oh,
Please.
wow.
And I'm here to present you set 71860, Lloyd's Titan Mech Anniversary Edition. We know that Lloyd's Titan Mech had been a very a big milestone for Ninjago since it started the new era of mech building for us. And it was a good chance for us now with the anniversary to go back to it, update it, follow after the cool Titan Mech and all the Titan Mechs we made, and present you with this one. This comes with Lloyd and Grimfax, plus the 15-year anniversary minifigure. One of the things that I wanted to do with this one was to work with the wings, the old backpack, but I tried a few things and I decided to actually go a mile further and update it with some new cool things we haven't done before in Ninjago.
Oh.
So you get a very, very nice looking knight-like mech for Lloyd.
Oh my god.
It's a bit heavy. Yeah.
Can we do a spin?
Sure.
Wow.
That's amazing.
That's so cool.
Yep.
And it has knees.
Okay.
But since it's like a day in between, it's like 3, 2, 1, go!
Whoa!
So this year we're fighting elemental monsters, and you can see some of them here in the SKUs. I'll let Lee go first talking about the Ninja Dragon Ryu, and then after we'll go Dimi with the Arc Dragon one.
So this is a 71855 Ninja Dragon Ryu battle. As some of you who have been following our products, you may realize we have baby Ryu in our models for the past few years, and he has been growing up slow and steady, but now he's big enough to choose his profession. So, of course, with all the influence from his friends, he wants to become a ninja. So in this season, he's actually training up to be a ninja. So it doesn't only get bigger, but he also gets some more armors and weapons like this shuriken on the tail that spins. You also get this massive katana that can be held on the belt. Can put it.
Oh.
Like so. Wow. But also, you can actually put it in his mouth.
Oh, cool.
And the set comes with 4 minifigures, of course. We can't miss out his best buddy Aaron, who is in a brand new outfit. And then we have Nia in her dragon form. You will find out how she gets that in the show. Then we have one of our bad guys this year, a henchman type of character called a loyalist. And then we have the mutation monster here. So now I pass the time to you.
So I'm here to present you set 71859, the Dragon of Life. It's a majestic dragon that will guide us and guide Lloyd through his journey. Lives in the Whispering Woods, and she will help the ninjas fight the elemental monsters and what causes them. The set comes with a big dragon, majestic, with opening wings. We have a small side build with a little bit of play and an object of desire. And then we have the bad guys. At some point, the evil elemental monsters will grow and get more powerful. And thus, we get a bit more challenging for the ninjas. Yep. And so we have Lloyd in his dragon form. Again, Arin and Sora. Cole in his dragon form. Zane, one of the loyalists, and Acid Snake, and the Tar Monster.
And it has knees.
Here we have a big giant mech. I love when Ninjago does a big giant mech. This thing is nice and heavy. And crucially it has these that move. Bendable joints. Very cool. Same for the arms. Well, it is a little bit on the wobbly side if you play around with it too much, so I've got to be very careful not to get it back into a position where it's actually going to stand up. Supposedly this comes off and turns into a shield. I'm not going to touch that. I'm worried about dismantling this entire thing and not being able to put it back together. But I do think that this looks pretty darn cool. And then here, right up the top, oh, we've got Lloyd, who lives in there. There we go, very, very cool. He's having the best day of his life in his big new toy. That was a mistake. That was a mistake. Right, next up, City. I thought that all of these City sets were pretty darn cool. I think, again, this is one of those things where maybe it didn't get the biggest reaction in the room because it's City, and that's maybe not necessarily the theme that a lot of people are the most excited for when you've got a group full of adults who normally deal with adult Lego sets. Either way, though, really, really inventive things. I love the salt sprayer set, which actually drops little studs. I think that that's a nice touch. I love the one which got rubbish bins to it and recycling bins, which can tip things up and into it. I love the helicopter, that's really cool. Basically, all of these are really solid sets for the audience that they are aimed at. It's just that audience might not necessarily have been a group of grown adults. Even as I say that, though, if you are the kind of grown adult who loves these City sets, you are not wrong to love them, because at the end of the day, we're talking about toys here. All of these Lego sets are toys, and if these are the particular kinds of toys that you love, then you are absolutely justified in loving them, in the same way that many adults also absolutely love the Ninjago sets. Here then is the full reveal presentation from Fan Media Days for these City sets with designer Chris Stamp.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. Okay, so I haven't brought the full assortment, as everyone can clearly see. City is quite a large product assortment. But I brought for you some of my favorites, some of the products that I'm the most excited to share and to reveal with everybody. So, you've probably heard me say this before, I know some of you have definitely, that the last few years in City we've been a little bit of a journey, a little bit of a facelift for the brand. We've tried to take some of the things that's always worked and just do them a little bit better if we can. We've tried to align our design, so be a little bit more design thinking, a bit more conscious of our decisions that we've been making. And this year, I'm just going to show you and demonstrate a few of the new things. So, you'll know that City is a little bit colour-coded. So we've got your blue for police, your red for fire, we've got yellow for construction. This year I was dabbling with different colours in the team, as we were, and we started looking to what is the City services. Because the problem with having such a large assortment like City is that it could become quite easy for the vehicles to look quite similar, unless you do it intentionally. So the first two products I would like to talk about is some of our City services stuff, where we went for that green colour palette. Now, following the journey that we started in 2024, where it was a little bit of a facelift, 2025, where we're continuing that, dialing up a little bit of functionality and player features and things. This year, my focus with the team has been functionality. How do we dial it up in City, or in ways that in the past you wouldn't have expected from LEGO City? So, first, we've done road sweepers before in LEGO City, but this time, we've got this brand new one, and if you've looked at ones we've done in the past, when you roll them, there's something at the back of the vehicle which will turn and spin and gives you the representation. What we've said this year is, wouldn't it be really great if you could actually design a snow plow that when you roll it actually delivers the salt? So that's what we've got. So it's got the adjustable claw and everything, all that stuff's the standard. As with all the City models, you'll guys hear me constantly saying, we can access the engine, we've included all those functions and features and little play features, because just because you add something doesn't mean you should have to take something away. So, now when you push it, if I get it to work, there you go, it starts delivering. So, it's not going to just dump it in one pile, but it's just a little bit of play, and it's going to last more than 5 seconds. So, a little bit of fun, a little bit of functionality there. A new team, let's say, for the City, they got them out, cleaning up the streets. Quickly moving on to the next one, garbage trucks. Again, Lego System, Lego City, Lego Town, all these have done garbage trucks in some form in the past. How do we dial up the functionality? With this one, we've continued the art direction. We've got the red and white hazard lines on the side, all that other stuff. We've had functionality in the past, so we've had tip-in features. We've had recycling, where everything kind of gets dumped in the same pot, so it's not really recycled. What if we actually made a proper recycling truck? So what we've done this year is you've got your two little dumpsters, one's for glass, one's for paper, and you can do it. Pick it up when you do it. I'm not going to present because it'll go everywhere, but drops in the back. But you've got this interesting little gauge on the top. Now what this allows you to do is decide, okay, what am I recycling today? Am I recycling paper? If so, it goes into the blue. Am I recycling glass? If so, it goes into the green. Let's see if this works. Oh, it never works on camera. There we go. And then you can move on to the next one. Now around the back, you've got these two little doors. And that allows you to distribute the two different types of rubbish to the recycling centre. So really happy with this. Again, it's got everything that you would standard need, but it's just increasing it a little bit from what we've done before. So City you've come to know and love, just a little bit, doing a little bit more play, a little bit more fun, let's say. I'm going to quickly move over because I've got a few to show. A couple of years ago, we did the Lego truck. You guys might remember that little brand called Lego on the side of our big yellow truck. We gave it a bit of a facelift. We didn't just go for the standard yellow truck. We started dialing up with the graphics on the side. But we are conscious that not every child can afford a $100 big truck. And also, if we've really been honest with ourselves, not every Lego shop, or not every supermarket, or not every little toy store has this giant 18-wheeler come to the stop. So how do they get to the inner city? How do they get to those smaller streets? So this year we've designed this smaller $20 SKU, which is our Lego City van, matching exactly the same stuff that we've normally done. So it's got the exact same graphic style on the side, which is compatible. The sides fold up for full access, the same as it did on the previous truck. Inside we've got a crate, which is compatible with the Lego truck that we made, so you can use the two together, it's all compatible. We've got 4 completely new novelty decorations for Lego boxes. So if you remember the one we've done a couple of years ago, these are continuing. So in the past we did police, fire, medical and construction. I think it was construction, I could be wrong. This year we've got our monster truck that we launched a couple of years ago. We've got our Arctic train that we've just revealed 2 months ago. Our camper van, for those of you who love those holiday memories, and then a new construction one with our excavator. So they're all cross-compatible, they all fit into the back. But again, as I mentioned, we do want, with all of these products, that we don't remove stuff just because we're adding extra stuff. So just like with these vehicles, you can also still access the engine. We just launched our tow truck. What happens if the toy truck, the toy van breaks down its way to Lego City? None of the children's going to get toys. We can fix that now. So just extra stories that you can play. Construction. So 2024, we revamped how we do Lego construction. We added branding for the first time. We upped the colour, so it wasn't just the normal Lego yellow, but it was the more darker tones. We started looking at how we get the aesthetics to align more. We started looking at it as more of a collectible range over several years instead of, this is 2024, here's 10 construction vehicles, we expect that you get all of them. This year, we're launching the cement truck. So I'll spin that around so you guys can see a bit better. So again, does the same stuff that you can on the others. You've got it's going to sit 2 figures, all of our vehicles do that. It's got access to the engine, and we've got this brand new corkscrew element that when you rotate will release the concrete from the back. Wow. So this we're really happy with. We feel this is the latest addition to the construction family. You can see we're reusing things like the engine lid roof element that we launched last year, so hopefully there's stuff in there that kids are going to get hours of play out of. Also, if you look closely, we've got a brand new blueprint, because what are they building? We're always building something new in LEGO City, and this one references our train station that we just launched a few months ago. Last, Coast Guard. Now, we haven't really touched Coast Guard since 2015, 16, around that time period. But like I mentioned, we've got greens, we've got yellows, we've got reds, we've got blues, orange. So orange seemed like the natural thing to go into, but also looking into how do we dial up functionality in ways that we haven't really done in City before. So we've looked into Coast Guard, and this is the first. There will be more. As you can see, we've got the zip line working on the side. You've got, if I turn to this side, sliding doors, so it's easy to access. And if you've got real eager eyes, you'll see that there is a logo on here referencing the Remix 3-in-1 combi vehicles that we did, the little submarine. So if last year they went deep sea diving and that's come to the surface and they're in the middle of the ocean but the boat's not there, well, okay, we're going to go and rescue them, pull them out. So we're also wanting to reference other themes across the franchise, whether that's a blueprint or a little reference here or there. This is what we're bringing for 2026 in LEGO City. A closer deep dive, just to explain a little bit of magic behind how we're doing this. First half year 2026, we will have 23 LEGO City products. 20 of those will have no stickers. It will be all decorations, including these here. Only got decorations and prints. 3 of the larger SKUs, which I won't reveal today, they'll have stickers because what we're trying to do is put decorations where it makes the most sense, where it's not an irritation. But sometimes stickers also just make sense, and that is the more reasonable thing. So we're trying to make it all make sense collectively. I brought a few elements to share. So in order for us to achieve what we've done, we are launching 9 new novelty elements with this first half launch, specifically from LEGO City. In all of these vehicles, we've got 2 figures sitting next to each other. The way we've been able to do that is we've made this new 2x6 special plate. So you can see it's got these 2 walls on each side, and it's got a 2x5 connector in the center. This has been designed for seats. It doesn't have to be used for seats. You can imagine it being used for detailing as a bumper on the front or the back of a vehicle. Many different ways. I'm sure that all of you are going to find ways that we didn't even think of. But why does it look like that? Because we've done vehicles with 2 figures sat next to each other before. The problem with that is that we've always had to use the larger door, or we've had to remove doors completely. But we know that a lot of kids out there still like the door. You can't get a minifigure in it, but it still makes it more reality. It still makes the play and the stories right. So these little wings and walls on the side allow you to use the traditional timeless LEGO door that we've had for decades, but now it actually works and it all fits in scale. And in the center now, you can actually add in a little handlebar, a gear stick if you need it, or handbrake, or details like center console buttons or anything. So hopefully this allows younger age kids to be able to get them 2 figures next to each other much easier. For the LEGO van and the garbage recycling truck, we've added this new roof piece. This will come in transparent and opaque. So we are sure that over the years, as this gets used more and more, you'll be able to use it for many different wonderful models. Next up, we've got this for the Coast Guard helicopter. As you can see, it comes in both opaque and transparent. So hopefully that's something that will benefit kids when they're making new cars or new shapes on buildings. I've already shown you the corkscrew for the cement mixer. As a minifigure accessory, one of the things I'm really happy with the way this has turned out is we've got this new swim ring. So it's 2K. It's we don't have to use the toilet seat anymore. But for us, because this year we're really wanting to push Coast Guard, we hadn't done that in a few years. This is an element that we think is really, really important. And then the last one I have in my pocket. And this is the one that I think is going to be a bit of a game changer, not just for LEGO City, but for all projects. We're introducing a brand new bracket, which is our T bracket. This is a 2x2 on the side. Fits in system with everything else. But if you look at all of the brackets that we currently have today, you can't achieve this positioning. So what we've done, and that's how you can get some of the bumpers in the correct position, some of the detailing on the side. Now it allows you to not be limited by the position of bricks or plates as you're building. So this I kind of kept as a little last minute thing. That is the one that I think is going to be the most useful in any LEGO product out there. So yeah, really fast, You guys know me, you guys know I can go into a half an hour conversation just about this model. But I'm just going to keep it light today, show you a little bit of what's coming, and hopefully you'll like what you see. So, thanks.
Next up, speaking of things that are aimed at a slightly younger audience but that older LEGO fans enjoy a lot as well, we have the collectible minifigures, which are all animal this time around, and that is an interesting direction to take these in. I've actually got the box of them here. I'm going to be doing a review of these at some point later this week. I have not actually opened up any of them at the moment at the time of making this video, but you can see a bunch of the different characters here. We've got lions and parrots and goldfish, oh my, and a 5+ age on these. I do feel like the animal minifigures just skew a little bit younger than some of the other collectible minifigures that we've had in the past. I think I mentioned for this one's series 28, for series 27 I think it was, there's a hamster in there, and I mentioned in my review of that one that that was one of the minifigures that I was the least interested in because it's just a hamster, there's not much going on. But then I remember being in the LEGO store with a younger LEGO fan who was very eager to get hold of that one in particular and was scanning those boxes using the Brick Search app in order to find the hamster in particular. And I realized in that moment, okay, the ones that don't appeal to me because they feel a little bit more childish do appeal to the children that a lot of these minifigures are actually aimed at. We did have the chance to sit down for an interview with two of the designers who worked on these minifigures, Tor Mageland Harmark Alexanderson and Esa Pateri Nuiseinen, but unfortunately, because this video is already as long as it is, we will have to save that for another time. For the moment though, here are these two designers showing off these minifigures to the fan media.
Okay. What should I do? This is my first time. It is my first time actually.
Why don't you start by showing us a product?
I'll show a product. Here we have collectible minifigure series 28. So it's a themed series, as you can see, filled with animal costumes. Animal costumes have been a staple in minifigure collectibles since the beginning, and always popular amongst kids and adults alike. And this time around, we just wanted to go full on with animal costumes. We have 12 different minifigures in 12 different animal costumes, and they are all brand new costumes, which we haven't executed in minifigures in similar way ever. And to make them extra special, we wanted to give them all fully new sculpted headgear. So these are all new animal masks that you see here. And just overall, we just wanted to make the lineup as funny, colorful, joyful as possible. And part of that is, of course, the green base plates. You know, it is a costume party, and we were thinking that, yeah, maybe the costume party is outdoors, fitting for the animals. And yeah, I mean, if I quickly just go through what animals we have here. So we have a peacock with a little sunflower build. We have a white cat with the yarn ball. Monkey, of course, with the banana. Goldfish and some fish food. Frog blowing soap bubbles. Koala with boomerang and eucalyptus, right? Dalmatian dog with a frisbee. Crocodile, a fierce animal, but having some fun accessories like a swimming ring and a rubber duck. Dolphin with a little oyster and a diamond there, or jewel. And bunny with a painted egg and a basket. Lion with a chicken leg. And finally a parrot with some bird food. That is it, Series 28.
Finally, the Artemis SLS. This one, as said, maybe didn't get the biggest reaction from the room, but everybody wanted to play with it after the fact. It is so cool, and it has this brilliant mechanism to it that actually shoots the rockets up into the sky. I think that this is such a neat set, and for fans of the Technic theme, especially space enthusiasts, this is going to be a really exciting set to add to your collection. I now leave you in the capable hands of Olaf Krøygaard as he shows off the set to fan media, here, and then has a question and answer session wherein the most frequently asked question is, can we see that mechanism again? It's really, really cool. Before I go, let me just remind you to do all of the YouTube things. You know the drill by now. Leave a comment, hit the thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. If you're going to be making a lego.com purchase in the near future, you can use the affiliate link in the description or the QR code that is on screen. They help out the channel because we get a percentage of the sale when you purchase through those links. You can go to brickfanatics.com for coverage of all things Lego, and you can sign up to our newsletter so that you never miss anything Lego related ever again. And now I leave you with Olaf.
One done together with NASA. And it's a SLS rocket. The rocket who should bring back humans to the moon and to Mars over the long lane, I think so. And we tried to build it in different ways, but we ended up with to build it so that it can turn like this. Oh. And then the and you have the parts coming up. And if you also hear when it's going up, there's sound on it, and when it's going down, there is no sound because, of course, it doesn't go down like this. But you can hear now the sound. Of course, it's really noisy, the rocket. And here you can see how it's all work. And now I'll try to put it down again. And I can also ask you to put attention on the small figures down here. These are actually astronauts who is a part of it, and they are even too big for the rocket. About new elements for it, we made for the boosters these elements, and they are put it in 3 of them in each booster. You can assemble them like this. And for the lifting rockets, we had this one in system, but it was with with studs on everything, and we needed something with a Technic interface to build it on. So we made this element, and it's worked like this.
Okay.
I don't know, do you have any questions to
We
it?
started once again.
Yeah, of course.
Wait.
So now this continues. Yeah. So.
I have a question.
From the back. But it's, of course, the front side who is. Any questions?
Over here.
I got one.
Yeah, sorry.
Have you tried it with a motor, like just to see how fluid it could be?
Yeah, we have tried, but it doesn't really give sense to use a motor for it.
Right.
So
It's just such a smooth looking feature. It'd just be so cool to see it like just
Yeah.
as fast. But
Yeah.
yeah, that's really cool.
thanks a lot. Yeah.
So was this separating action always part of the concept? So that was the initial aim to do this model.
It was from the beginning. There was we had a sketch model where it had both functions, but it was made with a tooth rod instead. So we investigated these two different ways of make it and ended up with to use the macaroni here. So yeah.
Were there any specific challenges that you encountered in making the mechanism work like that?
Yeah, there was a lot actually. It was there was many about how should the gearing be, and also about many elements are going edge to edge, and to avoid that they hit each other, it can be quite difficult. So. Yeah.
Again.
Yeah.
Will there be a sticker or a print on the panel?
It's all stickers, but on the cone here it's decorated, and on the astronauts it's decorated. No more questions?
I can keep going.
What's the age range, or what's the suggested age for this?
The age is 9 plus. It's launched 1st January, and it's cost $59.99. And
so yeah, then another question about the size and the scale. So was there any core part that defined the scale of the model?
Well, I think the scale was given very much about the size of the Lego elements and what fits together, and from that the scale comes kind of out of it. Because if you have this thickness on the tank, then you have to put maybe an extra element on to make it fit. So.
If we have one last question, sorry.
Just that if we have the time, would you mind doing the function once more?
So cool.
I could do it the rest of the day. There's also a little thing about the crew here. The crew is normally 4 astronauts, and they can be placed in a row up here instead. And you can also take them all off and have them standing by.
The return of the Technic figure.
Yeah, kind of. So that's how it is right now.
Cool. Thank you so much.